For today's video, we'll be taking a look at a new no-frills, higher-end AMD AM5 motherboard from Gigabyte which, in their own words, is designed for AMD's X3D lineup of gaming processors, the Gigabyte X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7. Sporting support for the current lineup of Ryzen 9000 series processors, as well as the Ryzen 8000 series of APUs and CPUs, and not forgetting the older Ryzen 7000 series of CPUs. This board will in all likelihood also feature support for AMD's next generation Zen 6 processors. Let's take a closer look at this board to see if it's any good. To recap, AMD launched its Zen 5 Ryzen 9000 series of processors back in August last year, and the high-end X870E and X870 chipsets for the AM5 platform back in end September 2024. January 2025 then saw the arrival of AMD's mid-range and entry-level 800 series chipsets in the form of the B850 and the B840. If you've been following the developments in the PC hardware world, you'll know for a fact that Gigabyte's released a slew of new X3D motherboards as part of the brand's refresh of its AM5 motherboard offerings over the past 2 to 3 months, where I've covered some of these boards in my earlier videos. The refreshed X3D lineup's been centered around the AMD X870E chipset and brought improved features in anticipation of the arrival of AMD's next generation Zen 6 processor offerings that will launch likely at the end of this year or early next year. Now, to get in on the launch excitement, we'll be taking a look at the new Gigabyte X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7 that, as its name implies, sports the X870E chipset and sits within the EAGLE series of no-frills mainstream motherboard offerings. This board is kind of an oddball offering in that we're looking at a board with a high-end chipset but in a no-frills format. With that in mind, the board comes in a box that has an EAGLE wordmark proudly emblazoned on the front, and over on the rear, we get the usual summary of specs for this board. We'll take a closer look at these specs later on in this video. On a side note, if you're new to the ALK Tech channel, do consider subscribing so as to keep up to date with the latest product releases in the PC hardware world. With that, let's have a look at the accessories that Gigabyte's included with the motherboard. First up, we get a Wi-Fi antenna that comes with the new Wi-Fi Easy Plug connector that makes connecting it to the motherboard a breeze. And this is accompanied by two SATA 3 cables. We do also get a G connector that simplifies the process of hooking up your PC's front panel connectors to the motherboard, as well as 3 packs of M.2 screws, like so. In terms of documentation, we get a multilingual installation guide right here, as well as a regulatory information leaflet. Onto the board itself, we see that Gigabyte has gone for a black coloured PCB and grey heatsinks that feature splashes of silver motifs for added visual interest. The board comes with an integrated I/O shield design, where we get an EAGLE wordmark in blue for a touch of pop. Seeing as this board doesn't belong to me, I wasn't able to remove the protective plastic film on the I/O shield shroud. The rear of the motherboard is unremarkable, and this is unsurprising really, seeing as this is intended to be a no-frills motherboard after all. Fans of RGB lighting for their PC builds will be pleased to note that the board comes with built-in RGB LEDs that can be found beneath the chipset heatsink, like so. The VRM heatsinks for this board are decently sized, and Gigabyte has included 14 +2+2 power phases with 60 amp power stages. In case you're wondering, the X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7 uses an 8-layer PCB design, which is pretty premium. The X870E chipset has a dual chip design, and the said chips sit beneath this large rectangular passive heatsink. For M.2 drive cooling, Gigabyte's included a single dedicated heatsink for the primary PCIe 5.0 X4 M.2 slot, and as can be seen, the remaining 3 M.2 slots do not have any heatsink coverage at all. For memory support, the X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7 comes with 4 DDR5 slots that, as of the time of publishing this video, features support for up to 256GB of RAM and the DDR5 9000 standard when overclocked. In terms of front panel USB connectivity, we get a USB 3.2 Gen 2x2 Type-C front panel header next to the RAM slots. Closer to the bottom section of the board, we also get 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-A front panel headers that each provide for up to 2 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type-A ports for a total of 4 ports. We do also get 2 USB 2.0 front panel headers along the bottom edge of the board, with each header providing support for 2 USB 2.0 Type-A ports for a total of 4 ports. Some interesting features to highlight. Back at the top of the motherboard, we get a set of debug LEDs that can help with troubleshooting PC startup issues. We also get 2 temperature sensor headers that can be hooked up to optional thermistor cables so as to monitor the temperature of devices within your PC case. Along the bottom edge of the board, we get a TPM header for an optional discrete Gigabyte TPM module, a noise detection header that can be hooked up to an optional noise detection cable to monitor noise levels inside your PC case, a clear CMOS header, as well as an additional reset header in addition to the reset leads that you already get with the front panel header. In case you're wondering where the CMOS battery is for this board, it's located underneath the chipset heatsink, and you'll have to remove the said heatsink in order to get to the CR2032 battery, which is going to require some effort. In terms of expansion slots, this board comes with a single PCIe 5.0 X16 slot for a graphics card. The said slot sports Gigabyte's PCIe UD slot design that reinforces the slot for use with heavy graphics cards. As can be seen, the slot also comes with the PCIe Easy Latch Plus feature that helps make removing a graphics card from the slot less of a painful affair. Moving on, we also get a full-length PCIe 4.0 X16 slot that operates at X4 mode, as well as a full-length PCIe 3.0 X16 slot that operates at X2 mode. In case you're unaware, PCIe 5.0 is only supported when you have a Ryzen 9000 series or Ryzen 7000 series processor installed. It's worth noting that the Ryzen 8000 series of APUs and CPUs only support the PCIe 4.0 standard. In the storage department, Gigabyte has included 4 SATA 3 ports, with all ports in a right-angled configuration so as to aid with cable management. For M.2 slots, it comes with a single PCIe 5.0 X4 M.2 slot and 3 PCIe 4.0 X4 M.2 slots. Do note that all of these slots support NVMe SSDs only. M.2 SATA drives will not work in any of these slots. The M.2 heatsink for the primary PCIe 5.0 X4 M.2 slot features a toolless design called M.2 Easy Latch Click, which makes removing and reinstalling the heatsink pretty straightforward. We've also got M.2 Easy Latch Plus with this slot, which makes the installation and removal of a M.2 drive from the said slot pretty easy too. Finally, we've also got another feature called M.2 Easy Flex, where we've got a thermal pad on an elastic base that can help to improve contact between the SSD and the heatsink. Definitely a good feature to have on hand for sure, seeing how toasty Gen 5 M.2 drives can get. Now, we do get some form of PCIe lane sharing with this motherboard, where the second M.2 slot, M2B_SB, which is a PCIe 4.0 X4 M.2 slot, shares bandwidth with the PCIe 4.0 X16 slot that runs at X4 mode. If you've got a M.2 drive installed in slot M2B_SB, the PCIe 4.0 X16 slot that runs at X4 mode will be disabled entirely. That aside, once again, do bear in mind that PCIe 5.0 is only supported with a Ryzen 9000 series or Ryzen 7000 series processor installed. The Ryzen 8000 series of APUs and CPUs only support the PCIe 4.0 standard. For audio, Gigabyte's included a higher-end Realtek ALC 1220 audio codec, while in terms of wired internet connectivity, we've got a Realtek RTL8126 chip that provides support for 5 Gigabit Ethernet. Wireless internet connectivity is courtesy of a Qualcomm QC-NCM865 WIFI7 part that supports the full-fat 320 MHz channel width, where the module also serves up Bluetooth 5.4 support. In the cooling and RGB departments, the board comes with 8 fan headers that are located in these areas of the board. Also included are 3 addressable RGB headers and a single 12V RGB header located in these areas. Moving over to the rear I/O, the X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7 goes for an integrated I/O shield design, where the said I/O shield also comes with some ventilation openings in the form of parallelogram shapes. The board comes with a HDMI 2.1 port that supports a maximum resolution of up to 1496 by 2160 at 60Hz, a reset button and a power button, a clear CMOS button, as well as a Q-Flash button that allows end users to update the board's BIOS without needing to install a CPU, RAM or graphics card. We also get 4 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A ports, a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type C port, 2 USB 4 Type-C ports that support DisplayPort video output with a maximum supported display resolution of 3840 by 2160 at 240Hz, a 5 Gigabit Ethernet port, 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A ports, with this port here supporting the Q-Flash Plus feature, a Wi-Fi antenna connector with the Wi-Fi Easy Plug design, as well as your usual audio jack connectors. A feature that the X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7 comes with is X3D Turbo Mode 2.0, which, according to Gigabyte's marketing spiel, can boost the performance of AMD's gaming-oriented Ryzen X3D chips with just a click in the BIOS. As per what can be found on Gigabyte's website, we get a max performance and extreme gaming setting that can be enabled from within the BIOS, where they basically apply a set of predetermined overclocking values to your processor, where we get a certain amount of increase in max boost clock, the application of a certain value of curve optimizer, and so on. For the extreme gaming setting in particular, from what I understand, it'll disable simultaneous multi-threading, or SMT for short, which can help with gaming performance on AMD's X3D processors. To sum up, the Gigabyte X870E EAGLE X3D WIFI7 is an interesting motherboard offering in that it has premium features in a no-frills package, making this board really suitable for you folks who want a high-end motherboard that simply gets the job done without any bling or fuss. Features-wise, we get a decent VRM setup that should handle the entirety of AMD's Zen 5 processor lineup with ease, full-fat Wi-Fi 7 that supports the 320 MHz channel width and 5 Gigabit Ethernet, on top of all the other features that one would come to expect of a higher-end AM5 motherboard offering, such as PCIe 5.0 support for a graphics card and an M.2 drive, dual USB 4 ports, alongside a whole bunch of quality of life features such as Easy Latch Plus and so on. One thing to note though, you do only get a single PCIe 5.0 X4 M.2 slot, which is atypical of a X870E motherboard, though as a result of this, the primary PCIe 5.0 X16 slot for a graphics card, the lone PCIe 5.0 X4 M.2 slot, as well as the USB 4 controller do not share PCIe lanes with any other devices. With that, thank you so much for watching, hit the like button and get subscribed if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys around the next time.